Feels like it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I was able to make some more content. Sorry about that. I mean, life takes over. Ending the year was huge for me and getting things organized. I don't even kind of think the year started until Monday. Monday really is the start of the year. We're still in vacation period right now. But I just wanted to put something else out there. I'm gonna make more of an effort to set my goals and grow towards those goals with this whole YouTube channel. It's an additional item on my plate. I have 3 beautiful kids that are my main priority, and my wife. However, and my business, my extended family, all of those things, they take up a lot of your time. And I'm a person that's very present for those people that are important to me. So, adding something new to my plate, it's difficult and it's not easy. And I've tried and stopped and tried a bunch of things, and you have to continue trying. But this is something I'm passionate about, and I like speaking to people. I like connecting with people. I like talking. So it's like, really, let's do it, and you don't have to be fancy, and you don't need a full studio. And I touched on this in another video that, it's starting from the basics, and it's okay. I'm sitting in my truck, and I am putting this out there after leaving a job site, got my team going. I'm picking up a nice brunch for the family, and I'm finding 15 minutes in my day to come talk to you guys. And it might just be the 100 people to watch this video. I was lucky enough to reach 800 views on a video, and I was happy for me. 800 people got to understand my opinion and my outlook on things, and that's great. And I even had some haters, which was kind of cool to me, which was like, okay, well, I guess I did something right, where there was at least a few people that had negative things to say, and I enjoy it, so it doesn't bother me. I'm immune to those types of things, but it's a fun challenge coming up with ideas to express to you guys on a YouTube channel in a form of a video. There's a lot of things going on every day. I wish I had so much time where I could just do nothing besides make content and just let people know, analysis and my opinions on a lot of things that are going around in our world today and in our country. We're at a weird time in history, but it's an amazing time to be alive. It's I always say that we as a nation, we've come to this point where we take things for granted. Our freedom, our safety, our family, our work, our stability, incomes, you name it, housing. We take a lot of these things for granted because you live in a country where you have running water and electricity, and you don't really have to worry about it. And once in a while you have a power outage, but it's not the normal to say, oh, I got to fight to make sure that we get this done because we only have 10 hours of electric for today. People live like that. Americans don't. Most Americans, live with comfort. But that comfort has made us lazy, has made us entitled. And what people are facing now is they're back against the wall in a way that, well, it's not just challenging times, that happens once in a while, but they're feeling like their great grandparents were feeling back in the 20s. The 30s, the 40s, where people had to fight, grind it out, tooth and nail to get to what they had, and life has expanded. The U.S. has expanded over that time, and people forget those hardships, and those hardships are kind of sprouting back up in small little ways. And it's not something I say, wow, I enjoy it, but I do think it's for the better that people really toughen up in this country. You know, this everybody receives a trophy mentality has really destroyed the moral fiber and the motivation of people. Like, people just think that things should be given to them, they shouldn't earn anything, and that's your moral fiber. Like, you have in your brain that you deserve this free trophy just for showing up. No, 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 no. It's not how the world works. And every country has plans to develop their citizens to have a certain type of culture. In America, we had that culture. We had that grind, hustle, American dream, do whatever it takes mentality. We had that. It was rooted deep in this country. That's why I have so much respect for this country, because I saw it. I was firsthand witnessing it. And many others, generations before me, like, a lot of people sacrificed to get us here. You know, our parents' parents, their parents. Like, you were surprised at how many sacrifices went for you to just live peacefully in America, and by people that you don't even know. You know, people that dedicate their lives to make one little thing great, to leave their mark in this world. And we have now destroyed that, being callous, being so absorbed in stupid material items and luxury goods that we've lost family values. We've lost a lot of things that were the foundation, the pillars of America. And I just want those things to come back, you know, and I don't know how, but they are coming back through adversity, I'll tell you that. And, you know, we're living in a time where we're really polarized. People have a lot of different opinions, and it's getting ugly, you know, day by day. And people are convinced that America can have a savior, where the real truth is, it doesn't matter who's the president. It doesn't matter who's leading the country, because in reality, America, not one president has caused the problems that we've seen in this country. Yes, there's been administrations that have pushed agendas on both sides, and we, the people, don't really have a choice. We kind of have to just, we're the livestock at the farm. We're not the farmer in this scenario. We're the livestock, you know, and we just kind of gone along with things that we should have took stances on. You know, the culture of America has shifted, and everybody can feel the shift. And some people say, well, it shifted in a good way. Well, certain things, yeah, being more receptive and open to other people's cultures. But where the shift really messed people up was that it shifted too much, where it's like now you're losing your grassroots for other cultures, where it's like those other cultures come from countries that's the culture of that country, and that's what makes that country that country. America, we have our own culture. Some people don't like it. Well, there's other cultures in other countries that might be more receptive to what you're looking for, and you can't just please everybody. But I'll tell you that American culture was the number one reason that immigrants used to come to America. They came for an opportunity to practice whatever religion they wanted to, and to be American, you know, like, not forget where they came from, but to have new beginnings in a land that they didn't come from. We all got here that way. So it's, you know, that's the power of America. And I believe that power got diluted by letting anybody just come into the country. That, you know, I'm a big proponent of believing that. It's not the sole problem, but like, how does a country so advanced have no immigration policy that's really concrete in the last 30 years, you know? And really doesn't take a genius, but like, you want to solve the debt crisis, well, bring in quality people that want to come here, that are going to be income earners, and they are going to be able to provide taxes to the balance sheet of America. Not people that need to be put into a system to be given free things so that they become part of that system, and that's what they know and that's all they believe in. You know, they don't see the fight, the hustle, the grit, what it takes to live here comfortably. You think it's going to be sweet? You think living in America, you're just going to come and just be a millionaire overnight? These people are having those dreams and those hopes because they're taking advantage of a system, not wanting to do anything. And that's where America really messed up. And I think the general population, the people that pay taxes, have never done anything wrong. And I believe he was about to hit me, and we're in traffic, so I'm sitting on the side. So that's it. You're in real time. This is raw. But these people have this false entitlement of like things should be easy, everyone should be rewarded, everyone should be treated equally. And that sounds good, but in societies that are successful, that doesn't happen. And it's because not everybody is equal in that sense. Maybe from a human perspective, yes, but from a socioeconomic perspective, people aren't the same. People don't have the same bank accounts. People don't have the same IQs. They don't have the same professions. They don't have the same motivation, ambition, character, all of that stuff, right? So there's levels to people, and that's the fact, that's not racist. That's just like from a human level, everyone's human. So we're one, despite of color, religion, and any factor, just human. But when it comes to people, let's think of as little companies themselves, as individual companies, there's valuations are drastically different, and it's the people that really have fought to do right by the country, to do right by saying that they're American and the way they behave and the way they contribute to society. It's those people that are angry, where they feel left out, and it's like, why did I sacrifice all this and time with my family so these people can just come and have an easier life? And that's where the remorse is coming in, and the politicians are weighing in on those pain points and marketing those pain points, and people are falling right into the marketing and the mechanism that's like, hey, we're going to tackle these pain points, and this is the people to blame. It's easy for politicians to point the finger at a subgroup and get everybody riled up and say, yeah, this is the problem. Yeah. Or in reality, it's just a distraction. And the real problem that they don't want to announce is that we need a cultural shift in America. We need, people to be in the best health, want to be in the best, condition, like as far as their body and working out and being in physical top shape. We want our kids to be strong. We don't want them to be frail and soft. It's un-American. Here is like we're a bunch of heroes. We fight for freedom. There's a underlying cause in this country that started with the foundation of the country, where it's like, we're the underdogs, and we became the superpower, and this is how we did it. Now it's time to maintain it, and it comes with starting a clash of culture of things that you want. Like, I feel like men, my pain points are like, I'm seeing men deteriorate, of like what it takes to be a man, and they think they're in this other realm and this bubble of losing themselves and the masculinity, and it's like it's being attacked in every which way. And men need some leadership. Without the leadership of men, things crumble, in my opinion. You have to have strong men with strong minds, strong will, ambition, and strong family values. Like the men have escaped the family value system. People are having less kids, and it's like we got to get back. And it starts with the men. It starts with the guys. We gotta be there for each other. We gotta push men to get back to the position they were, and grow even more. But culturally, we have to get men thinking critically again, being leaders and not followers. We're in a big follower world. Let's not be followers. Let's be leaders. Let's think critically. And that's all the time I got. Thanks.